Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. Today I have a replay sent in by OliviSilence in the one and only Tiger 2. This is the original one. It is the Henschel variant and not the premium variant, the SLA 16, but also not the one with the 105. So this is the Tiger 2H as it actually saw service in the Second World War. And so this replay on Karelia is quite funny on many occasions, and he will actually show us today a second weapon that I also try to use very often, but sadly I don't get away the way that he did today. So strap yourself in, because this is going to be a very interesting showcase of the main gun, but also the armor, and also then a little bit the second weapon. So the problem with the Target 2 is it's an excellent tank. It has an excellent weapon. However, over the past couple of years, so much new stuff has seen its arrival in War Thunder, with autoloaders, heat FS, more APDS, autoloaders, everything that you can imagine. This tank also has to face an Object 120, which is practically a high-tier modern MBT gun on, a 7.7 tank. And there he launches his first smoke grenade, and the smoke grenade launcher has access to 12 smoke shells. They have a screening time of 5 seconds. They hold for 20 seconds, and you can single fire them in front of you, which is very, very good. The majority of tanks in the game can lay an entire smoke screen radius around them, but once, mostly only, at best twice. And there you can see the other disadvantage of the Target 2. It is slow. It is slow. And, on wide open maps, when you can, in theory, angle and just snipe the enemies one by one, that's not so much of a problem. But when you are on a small map where enemies can come from multiple sides, it's always like you're sweating bullets in a Target 2. Where are the enemies coming? What are they doing next? Are they just waiting till another teammate comes around? And so here is the T114, and yeah, this time he was faster, and he actually dunked the anti-tank grenade into the gun mantlet of the Tiger 2. Probably the only place where this anti-tank grenade doesn't come through. What is it, 430 millimeters of penetration? It's also a premium, but with the same battle rating, just a rank higher. So OliviSilence has just capped and killed both his first cap and tank, and now he is going forward. As you can see, he is the most frontline tank on his team, and he's just waiting. Then he goes forwards, and let's just say it's a target-rich environment. Hellcat deleted via hull break, which I really like, but it was also a crew knockout just with the shrapnel effect, even though the shell didn't go off. And then, what's coming next? Yeah, super Pershing, he tried to angle, and then there is this neck plating, and he kind of overmatched this. Yeah, a Target 2 in a corner fight, that's rough. And then this M46 blunders right into the gunfire, or the line of sight, kill number 4. Hey, Napalm, that's looking easy, like he's farming. Well, the trick comes now. You see, the IS-2, well, he didn't. But he suspected that something might come around this corner because, it's the enemy team's spawn. The IS-2 kind of sees his chance, but he launches 2 smoke grenades, and there you can see the machine guns and then also the main caliber. The IS-2 has now a problem. Long reload, something in the region of 20 seconds plus, and just as ordered, a juicy T-34-85 snag for the ace. Beautiful. And so the T-34-85 kind of, decapped here the cap, and this gives OliviSilence the chance to go in and cap it again. Again, we can see here, thanks to the replay function, all the enemy tanks. And he heard the engine sound of the MX-13. He heard it, but he has no idea what it is and where exactly it is. But he has to investigate before he goes into the cap. At least that's his decision. He goes forwards, and he is concentrating now on the part where this enemy tank sound comes from. So the difficulty is here to survive this. And there he launches yet another smoke, and not just one, but two. And then it is kind of ring around the rosy, because, well, hunting a French light tank in a German heavy tank, I don't know. But then he is launching another smoke in front of him to go through. If somebody would appear behind him, there is another layer of smoke. And this is where it all gets interesting. Wait a second. So we can see the MX-13, but he can't see it in the smoke. There is the Delatorn, which he also can't see because he's behind the bunker. And then, just for good measure, the IS-2 from earlier. That's obviously the primary target. The smoke dissipates, and then the MX-30 makes the mistake of moving, and that's already 7 kills. So the Delatorn had here missed the chance for the easy side shot. Again, OliviSilence had no idea that he was there, but he kind of smoked up. Now he decapped the cap of the enemies again, and now he's just gone out. If somebody would contest the cap, well, he couldn't come from now all the sides at once, but more or less one general direction, where the armor of the Tiger II is best. But he has to really take attention, or pay attention, to the stuff that is behind him from the enemy's northern spawn, northwest spawn. And now he's capping for the second time. And he only has one smoke grenade left. He began with 12, and he used all of them to great effect. But now he's again sweating bullets, because the enemies can come from several directions, the left, the right, from behind, from the front. So this is where, whenever you decide yourself for a direction, it very often turns out it's the wrong one. And again, the Tiger II, not the greatest horsepower to ton ratio, so it is slow. It is slow to swing the tank around, and to, you know, the tank has a huge hitting profile from the side, and these days, angling the armor, a limited effect, let's put it that way. When it works, it's the greatest thing ever, but it's usually only in a full down tier versus tanks that don't have heat. And you know, those tanks, they don't get they tend to not get played that much anymore. Anyways, so the Delatorn that made a complete turnaround on his team's side, actually, which is also surprising at all. I have no idea where that shell went, because, you know, the Delatorn is not disabled. Gaijin's hitboxes, I guess, at their finest. Anyways, so this is now where OliviSilence gets very aggressive and takes his 8th kill. Very interesting kill cam, by the way. Anyways, so the second he had nothing to smoke anymore available, he went aggressive. Interesting. No more comment on that. And now, well, sadly the Delatorn didn't have the chance to decap it, because, you know, if it's getting decapped, you get an easy cap again. Then he hears some engine sounds behind him and a random Hellcat. And good night, sunshine. Hellcat kills, best kills. 9 kills. The team has the decisive cap advantage and also points advantage. And now for the first time, he is in the cap to not refill ammunition, which he does as well, but he really wants the smoke, it seems. And from the way that he played, that he used the smoke and the double layered smoke, this is definitely not the first time that OliviSilence is using this tactic. So the replay was far from only the kills, but more how his positioning and his smoking up tactic went. And this is why this smoke grenade launcher for the German tanks is so important. The Panthers have 6 charges, the Tiger IIs have 12 charges, and you know, with the tanks like the Mars or the 100, you have also the smoke grenades for the secondaries. They're always coming in handy in those great games where you have room to maneuver, where you can position yourself. Again, very often it's useless, but sometimes it is good. Now, this scene is funny. We can see that M19 coming over the ridgeline, and he's just like, huh? Only when he gets shot he's seeing it. So I found this amusing. Again, we could see it thanks to the replay function, but also we could see the tank. But, you know, if you're playing on a big screen, then you can very often get distracted by looking into a different corner. You know, only if you watch your own replays, very often then you can see what you didn't see. I highly recommend this. One of the best tips ever to get better is watch your own replays of the games that you thought you did a good job, because then you realize how many more kills and how many chances for several actions you missed, and where to improve, and where the usual spots are. T95, impenetrable for German tanks. The cupola has been changed, and this is where the T95 dunks the shell again in the gun mantlet. Quick look at the post-battle results. There we can see 65,000 civil lines, 4,000 RP with a non-premium account with a Tech 3 tank for 10 clean kills. A perfect double ace, heavy metal hero, survivor award, and that was just a joy to watch. So thank you very much, OliviSilence, for sending this one in, and thanks for showcasing how useful the smoke grenades can be. It's been a while since I featured the Tiger 2, and you know, there is so much new stuff coming in the game, so I'm glad to also watch that this old tank still got it, and you know, the Tiger 2 still got the bite. That's it for me today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. Give it a like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see each other in the skies and on the battlefields of War Thunder.